Hey everybody, welcome back to the 509. Today I was going to show you this new knife that I got, and this knife just dropped on DLT the 16th of July, which was I don't know, 3 weeks ago. I was out of town when it got delivered, so I wasn't able to open it until here recently, but it's the new Bark River Santoku with the wah handle in Magna Cut, and I got it in the Thuya burl. I hope that's the right way you say it, Thuya. But let's check this out. Look at this handle here. It's really pretty. And then here is the knife. Let me move this out of the way. Check it out. Bark River knives, Magna Cut. Still got all the lint and oil from the factory there, but this is a beautiful knife. We'll get into the specs of it in just a second, but I'm going to go ahead and clean this off real quick. But while I'm cleaning this off, I give you guys an opportunity to go ahead and subscribe to this video, and don't forget to turn on the bell notifications real quick. Got to be careful because these things are sharp. Cut right through this towel. Be careful. All right, let's get this other side. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the specs on this thing. I've got my cheat sheet here, so let me refer to that real quick. So the overall length of the knife itself is 12.1 inches, so it's just a little bit longer than a foot. So right there, just barely. Excuse me. The blade length is 6.8 inches, so about 6 3/4 inches. You can see it right. Well, actually, from there to somewhere around there, 6 3/4. The blade thickness is going to be 0.093. Pretty thin blade there, and we'll check that in a few minutes with the coin test. The handle thickness is going to be 0.73, so about 3/4 of an inch is what the handle thickness is right here, so you can see that. Right about there. Well, I guess it'll probably be at the thickest point, maybe close, or actually maybe it's this way, I don't know. But you kind of get the gist of it there. It's about 1 inch from top to bottom, and then, excuse me, about 3/4 of an inch left to right. It's got a little bit of a taper to it right here. And then the, all right, so the tang on this knife is hidden, and I was reading on it, and they say that they, it was another website, not Bark River, but they said traditionally with this wah type handle, they'll have the tang go in to the handle about 3/4 of the way, and it's like a slightly thinner handle with not very much weight. And the reason for that is because when you're using a knife like this, they say that it's better to be a little more weight forward for its own weight to do cutting and chopping tasks a lot easier. So it's lighter back here and it's front heavy. This metal that it's made out of is Magna Cut. You can see it right there. And the weight of it is 6.63 ounces. I guess it might vary just a little bit, but I guess, you know, depending on what kind of handle you have on it, but not very much. So I was looking online, reading up on what a wah handle is, and like I was saying earlier, you know, the tang will only usually go through about 3/4 of the way to kind of conserve weight in the handle, so that way the front of the blade is heavier for chopping and cutting. And the wah handle was kind of described as tapered, kind of like in a cylindrical form, either round or oval type. Sometimes it's got, a lot of times it usually has 8 sides, like making it an octagon, but you can find them in round and oval. And there's another one called a D shape and a shield shape, but we're not going to talk too much about that. I was just kind of trying to explain about that. But let's go ahead and get these coins out, and we'll check the thickness. Now, one detail that wasn't mentioned on the website was the blade height. So I was going to measure that real quick and share that with you. So what I'm coming up with, if you can see it squarely or not, let's see here. I'm seeing about 2 3/16 on the blade height there. All right, so I got the coins here, and let's check this thickness real quick. Let's try a couple of pennies first. It's a little bit thicker. Let's try a penny and a dime. Well, let's try 2 dimes instead. Yeah, it's about the thickness of 2 dimes. You can see that there. Pretty close. I think the dimes are slightly thicker, but like I said, it's at 0.093. Now, let me grab a couple of knives for comparison real quick. I was going to show you real quick this knife bag that I have that I got for Christmas one year from my aunt, and I use this to transport all my knives instead of having to find boxes and all that stuff and sheaths and whatever. It's got a couple of clips there, then you unroll it, and it's got this cover flap on it right here, and then you can safely put all your knives in here and transport them. Here I've got the, I think this is the EXT2 Skinner, Modern Mountain Man, Fin and Bone, Petty Z, Mountain Man 8, and this is just an empty sheath that I had. And this is the Big Elephant ceramic sharpener here. But I'm gonna take a couple, 2 or 3 of the, well, most of these knives out of here, and we'll compare them. Okay, so that that knife carrying bag, that I don't know what it's called exactly, but that knife carrier that I just showed you, I'm gonna put a link on Amazon or on my description for an Amazon affiliate link if you guys wouldn't mind checking that out. Maybe you can buy one or buy something else. I'll put a couple of links in the description, but these, I think all of these knives that I'm going to show you and compare with, I've made videos on already. So if you want to see any more, if you want to see more on these other knives that I show for comparison, just click down below and you can see a list of all the videos that I have on my channel. But as you can see here, this Santoku's got a little bit of a longer blade there, and this is the Modern Mountain Man. And then this is the Fin and Bone, and let's see what this blade shape looks like. It's very similar. This one's got more of a little rounded belly right there, and this one is less. Almost about the same length, or it is about the same length if you put them down together. But now, let me mention this real quick on these 2 knives here. Now, the Fin and Bone, I saw somebody requesting on the Bark River Boys about a comparison between the Fin and Bone and the Santoku, but blade thickness is very similar. This one is 0.093, and this one is 0.096. Very close, probably not even a noticeable difference. Now, the Modern Mountain Man is at 0.093 as well, so this is the same as this, just to let you know. Now, here's a Petty Z, no comparison, just for a little smaller work. This is the Mountain Man 8, the original version. This has got a little bit of a longer, straighter blade on it. I really like this knife. I think that, just in my opinion only, the Modern Mountain Man is just a little short. I find that it's a lot easier to use the Mountain Man 8 for a lot of the brisket tasks and ham tasks and stuff like that. But now let me show you this other knife real quick. I'm not gonna linger on this, but this is the Skinner, and this is one of my favorite knives. And what I like about this knife is I use this knife to cut ham, like when it's on the bone, not a spiral cut, just a big ham on the bone. This thing works great because it's easy to just do push cuts and maneuver around the different muscles and stuff like that. But if you want to see a review on this knife, just let me know in the description below. All right, so there you have it, the new Bark River Wa Santoku. Haven't used it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a pretty awesome knife. I can see it already. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. And if you have any suggestions for other videos, let me know as well. I've got a few more knives. I haven't been coming up with a lot of unique sheet metal projects, but if I do, I'll definitely make a new video. But if you all have any suggestions, just give me a shout, and we'll see you next time back here at the 509. Y'all take care.